First start up with the new exhaust. Alright boys, so today, as you can see, this has kind of been under wraps for a long time if you follow me on Instagram or if you actually, keep up with me and what I do all the time, not just YouTube. You'll know that we started this new exhaust company. So this is TIS Performance. It's me and my buddy Sprocket that started this thing. And I just want to show you guys basically what it is that we do. So this was our prototype run of just building an exhaust for my bike. We actually did testing over the last week, so I'll go ahead and I'll post some dyno runs just to show you compared to the Aero Pro Race. But what we're doing today is we're actually building the first production model, so something you can actually buy. And what we do is they're all one-off custom pipes. They start as just this long piece of titanium, and we build pie cuts out of them and actually build you exactly what you want. So for instance, if you wanted something like a shorty to stop like right here and have the can there, or if you wanted a high mount to go up all the way by the tail and actually use an exhaust hanger to come down here, you can build whatever you want. So big shout out today, just really great people and who we buy all our titanium from because it's high quality. If you guys have ever heard of TICON Industries, like definitely check them out. Those guys save you a lot of money on doing it yourself and building custom shit for a lot cheaper than the stuff you can buy online. But I just want to give a shout out to them. So what you're going to see today is me and Sprocket are actually going to build a one-off exhaust, and we're going to take you guys along for the ride. There will be links in the description, also an email. If you guys want to hit me up and you want something like this for your bike, it doesn't matter what kind of bike it is, we'll build you what you want. And you'll see there's a lot of performance out of our exhaust without giving up, the sound, having a huge chunky can or having a 10-foot long system that comes out the back. Like, our exhausts look great and they perform just as well as that #1 brand that you're thinking of when you think racing. So stay tuned. So what we're doing first, like I told you before, you have a length of pipe. So this is what we start with. On our super bikes we run 60 mil all the way through, and what we do is we cut a 4-inch piece off and we expand it. So you can see it's a little bit expanded to a 61 mil. And then that will actually go on like that, and that's our start. So then what we're going to do is we're going to cut our can, because this one's welded on and our production models actually slide over and use springs. Mine is just welded on. You can have it how any way you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this flange and cut it back a little bit on the bandsaw to where we just have a flat surface. And we're going to put this up on the wall as the first prototype mid-pipe. And now we're going to be building the final edition. So we're going to be reusing the can that we had on the prototype bike, but this is how we actually make our systems. So you grab 2 ice cold Coronas. No, well, you gotta always be stay thirsty, my friends. So we're going to cut a few pie cuts out of this. We know how many we need for this particular bike, so I'm going to go ahead and get on the bandsaw, get that chopped up, and get those pie cuts on, and you'll see the whole process of building one of these exhausts. Everything from tack weld to finished product. Now we got a clean surface, so I'm gonna go ahead and basically just clean all this up and stuff like that, and polish the inlet cap before we weld that on and set it to the side. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the straight piece. We're gonna go ahead and adjust this. What are we gonna do, Sean? 5 degree? Yeah. We're gonna do a 5 degree angle on the bandsaw, and we're going to cut 5-degree pie cuts about a 1/2 inch at the widest point on this. So I'm going to go ahead and bust out about 10 pie cuts, and then we'll have that other piece and you guys will start seeing how these are made. Alright, so now we got all our pie cuts. Got 5 there, and then we got the rest over here on the welding table. So now what we're going to do is we're going to basically glove up, wipe everything down with degreaser and alcohol, get everything clean, and then we'll start putting it in place and tacking them together. Alright, so I want to give you guys a heads up. These are all our pie cuts. Now, a a lot of you guys that may do fabricating and do actual exhaust work, you're probably thinking like, why the hell are you doing pie cuts when you could just do a mandrel bend? It's because our exhaust company is based around high performance piece of art, you know, works of art. So we want you to see, once all this blues, I want you to see all those pretty welds and everything. So now what we're doing is we're cutting down the major piece of the exhaust, you know, so all the pie cuts and the bends are basically done. So now we measured the length of this. That's going to make it come out right about the top of the swing arm here. So we'll show you, you know, when it's all tacked up, but we're cutting that major piece right here that goes up, and then it's going to have two little pie cuts that actually adjoin the can and make the angle perfect from the back. So we just wanted to let you guys know. Some people were like, oh man, why don't you just mandrel bend it? But this looks so much better, baby, so much better. Alright people, so this is the mid pipe, just tacked up. Now we're not going to be running the mount here, so this is actually going to be run with a hanger that we're going to make out of titanium, and I'm going to build one out of carbon fiber. So that's always an option, like if you guys ever want one of these, you can do it with the carbon fiber hanger, or if you want it to use the stock mount, or if you're one of those guys that wants both, you can get it all done. But here, just to give you kind of a sneak peek, trying to see. Trying to go over here. Whatever, you don't press that button. It'll detach your camera. So you can kind of see that. Nice race length. This will make great power, and it'll look really good once it's all welded up and starts turning blue and purple through here. So can't wait, man. Alright, so while Sean gets the mid pipe all welded up, sorry, see if we can turn the exposure down so you can see it a little bit better and it's not so bright. Alright, so this is after all the welding. We're welding on the can right now. So I just want to show you progress. Now this is before being buffed and polished, so I'm going to do that when we get home. But we're going to finish this part right now, put the tab on it instead of the hanger, and show you guys how it looks. Alright people, so here's the finished product. So it still gives it that race length, but using a tinier muffler. Those are our GP cans. And you see in the back how flush we get to the swing arm and everything. So like I said before, this titanium will turn blue, and we're really running late right now. So we didn't have a chance to, you know, flap disc or clean the welds at all. So I'll actually take a wire brush with this and go over all of them, and then we'll start to blue it. So it'll start to get really, really light blue here, blues to purples, and then the rest of it will basically be bronze. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. You know what, fuck it, let's start it up. First start up with the new exhaust. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not a part of the family yet, please hit the subscribe button. Like this video if you thought it was pretty cool to see how these exhausts are being built. If you want to buy one, like I say, hit me up on Instagram. Just send me a DM. And we are going to be reviewing the handheld tuner that just came out. That's like my exact map and everything, but available for different exhaust systems, yada yada yada. So definitely stay tuned, and we'll see you next video.